Have you ever felt like you just weren't enough? Like no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't measure up? Well, for years I struggled, and I was always seeking validation through other people and through outward or external achievements. But one day I realized something that would change everything, and that is that I could choose to believe that I am worthy, just as I am. For the longest time, my self-worth was tied to things outside of me. Like if someone complimented me, I felt good about myself. Or if I achieved something big, I felt proud of myself for that moment. But if someone criticized me or had some choice words for me or my behavior, it all went downhill from there, and my self-worth went crashing down. I would replay conversations in my head and wonder if something was wrong with me or if I did something wrong. I would also compare myself endlessly to people on social media, to celebrities.
But deep down,
I didn't deserve certain levels of happiness and success. Honestly, it was exhausting. I felt like I was stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity, and it just kept going over and over again. Maybe you feel similar, like you're always reaching for something that is just out of reach. And then it hit me. I've been waiting for someone else to validate me and to tell me that I was enough. But the truth was, I had to tell myself that I was enough. And I had the choice. I didn't know until that moment that I had the choice. And this changed everything. So with this new information, this new epiphany, I started small. So I looked in the mirror every day, right in my eyes, right in my pupils, and I said to myself, I am worthy. Now, of course, there's something in my head calling bull, but I kept doing it. I was persistent. And then eventually the words started to really sink in. So then I started changing how I moved. I started setting boundaries with people, and I started doing things that, instead of being a people pleaser and made me look good to others, I would start setting boundaries and only do things that made me happy. And I would care more about my own happiness. And instead of comparing myself and hating on others, I would instead celebrate other people's wins. And I realized that we're different. I have a unique and valuable system and vision, and so do they. So if you're struggling with self-worth today, then I'm going to share some things that help me. So the first tip is do affirmations like I am enough, I am worthy of success, money, health, things like that. And you want to be consistent. Even if there's part of you that calls BS, you want to be consistent. You will break down that wall with consistency. So the next tip is celebrate small wins. Usually no one knows that you had a small victory or that you learned a lesson but you. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you celebrate yourself. You thank yourself. Give yourself a nice little pat on the back every time you go through one of these milestones. And one of the most important tips I can share with you is to set boundaries. This is how you respect yourself and show other people how to respect you. Now, it's okay to say no, especially to protect your energy and things that make your spirit feel drained or just depressed. Just say no. And I know this last one can be challenging depending on your living situation, but surround yourself with positivity and positive people if you can. Pick and choose your friends carefully. Pick the people or pick the environments to be around that uplift you and support your vision and see the best in you. And around groups or anybody or other people that support and uplift you and never make you question your self-worth. So here is the awesome truth. You don't need anyone to give you self-worth. Hint, self-worth, right? Duh, right? Self-worth is something that you have right now just by you deciding that you are worthy and that you are enough. And you do not have to do anything external to achieve this or to be perfect or whatever you thought before to be worthy of the best things in life. You don't need to prove to anybody anything, and you don't need their validation. Self-worth is about fully embracing yourself. It's not about perfection. If this message resonated with you, I want you to think of one thing that you love about yourself and comment below. Let's start a conversation about self-worth and support each other on our journey. And if you want more inspiration and more tips on how to build your confidence and also how to live your best life, just hit the subscribe button along with the bell notifications. Together, we are going to enhance our self-worth one day at a time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again. Bye.